So when something about Africa is talked about, it's normally bad, it's normally violent, it's normally something about the country or something that just happened where a disease broke, and it's never good. So your perception is what people have forced you to believe. When people show things in the media, they're always shown in the negative light.
Great people of the diaspora, wonderful people in the diaspora, welcome back to my content. My name is Raphael, and today I have an amazing content of video for you to dissect. It is a pure revelation from our own brother from the diaspora. His name is Kevin Hart. Very popular here in the United States, even in the international stage. You see, on this channel, I always say that the truth ends up always coming out. You can lie forever. AfrigaZone for Africa to win. This is our motto in this channel, to reveal the truth. On this channel, we also talk about the diaspora, the latest in the diaspora, why people in the diaspora, the African American here in the United States, also in the islands of Tobago, Guyana, Belize, Bahamas, Jamaica, are flocking back to West Africa, specifically in Ghana. We talked about that, and then we talk about also the transition after you have this awakening in you, your identity after discovering it. When you move or when you relocate from the Western world or from the islands, where our people has been transported to. When you leave and you go back, that's the transition. Beyond the transition, there's life beyond the transition. After the transition, after you have made the move, how do you sustain yourself? I talk about also the sectors of investment in West Africa, specifically in Ghana, because myself, I am on course of returning back home after spending more than a generation here. Let's get back to the content. Kindly subscribe, it's free. Like this video so that the video can be recommended. Also, you can click on the notification button. As soon as any of my videos come out, you can watch it. Now, let's get to the content. It's amazing. Stay tuned.
So when something about Africa is talked about, is normally bad, is normally violent, is normally something about the country or something that just happened where a disease broke, and it's never good. So your perception is what people have forced you to believe. When people show things in the media, they're always shown in the negative light. So when something about Africa is talked about, is normally bad, is normally violent, is normally something about the country or something that just happened where a disease broke, and it's never good. So your perception is what people have forced you to believe. So until you get the heart to go, I'm going, I want to see for myself, you don't know. So all I know is what the news says. So in my mind, I'm like, hey man, I'm not trying to go over there and get kidnapped. Okay? Like it's a reality. It's not me saying it to hypothetically say it. I'm saying from what I've seen. And then I go and I see an amazing city. We're blown away by seeing fans, by seeing people that are like, yo, we love your music. Why not show us that? You know, why not show the entertainers that love to give back, that love to embrace their fans? Why not show us the amazing stuff that's over here? So when we get here, we see for ourselves, and then our senses are enhanced to where not only do we want to come back, but we want to come back and we want to be involved with things that you have going on. But until we get the heart as artists and we spread that rumor ourselves, we don't know. And to be honest, we're a community. That's how I ended up coming over. I know Nicki. I know Beyonce. I know Jay-Z and all. I talked to them. Hey, guys, is there anything to worry about? Guys, should I get these shots? They told me to get the shots. Do I need the shots? This was a big thing for me. I'm not lying. Like, I literally called several people. When I called people, I had people track down people that were from Cape Town, from Johannesburg. And I talked to them. Hey, man, Am I gonna get bit by a mosquito and not be able to come back? Kevin, what are you talking about? You sound ignorant. No, you don't need nothing like that. It's the same. You're gonna come over and you're gonna be shocked. And I was like, I know, but they said I need shots. Do I need these shots? No, but I'm repeating what I've heard. I'm repeating what the media has forced me to believe. So now that I'm here, I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't need shit. I'm fine. It's a city. Like I feel like I'm in New York. I felt like I was in Malibu the other day. Like it's the same exact thing, and it's frustrating because it makes you guys, as the media, it makes me go to y'all and question y'all. You have the chance to put out the positive side of where you are and where you live. It's you that pushes out everything else. So when you really ask, what is your perception? My perception is what you made it. That's really the reality. And that's what the media never understands. The media looks and goes, why do you do this? I do this because you did it.
Thank you for staying tuned, wonderful people in the diaspora and of the diaspora. You have heard the man Kevin Hart. You have heard him for yourself. I'm not saying it. He is saying it in the face of the media. In the face of the media, of the Western media. You know, in number one, let us dissect what he said. They have never shown the brothers, the African American brothers that have stayed behind in the continent. They have never shown their image as good. As good. Remember the story of Joseph and his brothers? Joseph has heard that he was not like. They say that we don't like each other. We don't like each other. So they have agenda. There's agenda behind what they are doing. And then now the truth is ending up coming out. You can't lie forever. That is number one. And it's one of the reasons why as soon as our brothers are revived by finding out the truth set us free. The truth set us free. The truth set us free. You know, as soon as they found about the truth, and one of the reasons why they are leaving, one of the reasons why they are relocating, because the truth liberates. The truth always liberates. Number two is that they have an agenda to put up some image like it's a place of disease. This is toxic. This is toxic as it gets. Whoa. Let me tell you a story. You are aware, I've been saying that I've been living here and I reside in Chicago for almost 20 years now. I've been professional in the healthcare sector. I'm a registered nurse where anytime that you are on the shift and you are working, it's a teamwork. You have the nutritionist, you have the dietitian, you have the CNA, certified nursing assistant, you have this sometimes the aides, and sometimes you have the RAs, which are also resident assistants. During our conversation, sometimes it's just some of the question when we're talking about Africa, some of the question that, you know, I heard them asking me. And sometimes it's just appalling. But me being educated, I always come from the understanding or explaining to them that it is a lie. It is not true. It is a lie. And also at work, my present work right now, I've been there for almost 4 years. And they have known me that I go to Africa at least 2 times in a year. I take a plane or I take a flight to go and come back. And I come back healthy. I don't come back with any disease. I don't come back sick. I remember that even during the COVID year in 2020, in December, I flew to Ghana. And when I returned in January, like the way, you know, because I had to have a transit from Brussels, Accra, Brussels, and from Brussels to Chicago. The way they were handling things was like it was me who are taking the COVID, who are bringing the COVID from Africa to the United States. At that time, the worst place to be was the US, was here in America. This is not to paint that, okay, the whole America, it is kind of this thing, but it is an agenda of the elites, the 1%, trying to have an agenda for the 99%, manipulation, lie, change their perception, brainwash people. Because if they know whatever they are benefiting in Africa, they will come also. If they recognize that we are brothers, we are the same, we have the same origin, that's where they are from. Once they discover their identity, they will go. And who is going to stay here doing the menial jobs? Who is going to be here and be consumers? That's number 2. Number 3 is that, what does the man Kevin Hart said? Sometimes we who are born in the soil of Africa, in the motherland, we grew up over there, we spent some time over there, and then we come here to the United States or to the Western world. If we are telling the story, it is hard for them to understand. And sometimes it's just difficult. As for the reason why, I don't know. I just don't know. I've been living here for about 20 years. I have tried. I've shown them my video. I've also, told them, why don't you search it on YouTube? Why don't you make a research for yourself? Just recently, giving the same example, Kevin Hart said that he called because he's friend with Nicki Minaj, he's friend with Jay-Z, his friend, is friend with Beyonce. Then he called them that when you were in South Africa, when you were in Ghana, is it safe? Is it secured? And they say that you gotta get a shot. What kind of shot is talking about? It's talking about the yellow vaccination card. So the portray of those vaccination, the yellow international vaccination card, especially when you go into Africa or Africa countries or the destination, African destination, it is like the diseases are all over the places. It's like a yellow fever are all over the places. Do you guys understand? You guys got me? It's like, so if you don't get a shot, as soon as you get there, then you might get contaminated or you might get infected. It talks about also how, he was afraid to be bitten by mosquitoes, because of the malaria. This is the story they have heard over and over and over again. Because he had to get that shot. Now he realized that, wow, I don't even need those shots. I don't even need those shots. It is a reality. It is a reality. I've lived it. We converse every day at work. Even sometimes they ask me that, the flight will take about 10 to 11 hours. And you have to make the transit. But people leave America here, go to Australia more than that. They live here, they go to China. They live here, they go to Dubai. I don't know what is wrong with taking a flight for 10 to 11 hours. What is the problem with that? And I always, give them an example from my perspective. I'll tell them that even before I leave, before I fly, what I do is that, since the flight is always in the morning, around 11, 12, 1 o'clock, I'll work the night before. And in the morning, as soon as I come home, I get home, got myself ready, put everything together, and then I will leave because my body will feel tired. So as soon as I get into the plane or in the flight, I get some sleep until the next day. So I always give them such an example so that they could understand that there's nothing wrong taking a flight. There's nothing wrong because they set up the standard that you have to have a yellow vaccination card. This is our standard. There's an agenda. But as soon as they reveal the revelation, they are illuminated, they receive the revelation. What did Kevin Hart said? Now I decide to go to see for myself. I don't want to hear from nobody. Finally, the reason why African American are relocating, the reason behind African American moving back to Africa, specifically in Ghana, is that they discover the truth. And as soon as they discover the truth, they make the decision. They make the bold decision. So if you are here, you are listening to me, you have been hesitating for so long. It is time to come home. It is time to visit home. And I am aware that not everybody is going to make it, but just take the time to visit. Make at least in your lifetime one visit. It is clear. I am pragmatic. And you being pragmatic also, we know that not everybody can make it. Not. But what? You can visit. Visit for one time. You will never regret it. Home is calling. Back to Africa. The movement is here. Thank you. I will stop here today. I'll bring more to this topic and understand that it is time for Joseph and the brothers to come together, to reunite again. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, click on the notification button. Back to Africa is real. But also, check out my video on some of the investment. If you are willing to go, how do you sustain yourself? How are you going to live? How are you going to live on incomes? I talked about that also on this channel, and I'm going to be updating some of the information. Yes, you can make it. Africa right now accounts for 1.4 billion as population, and 65 to 70% at this time right now, they are under 25. The cycle of Africa being repopulated is back. 400 years ago, they took a lot of people. They took human resources out of Africa. They took our brain, our forefathers' brain, to build here. And now the cycle of being, of us, of the mother Africa, having this brain is back. Not only the brain, but the workforce, the agility, the vim, the grit, the perseverance. Above all, it is the beginning of humanity. Thank you for watching this video. I am Raphael, and I'll see you next time. Ciao. Wonderful people of the diaspora, here is my first store. AfrigaZone is now going productive, and our motto is for Africa to win. And our revenue, let you know that our revenue, the 50% of our revenue goes to helping people in Africa, the less privileged than us, in supplying their school materials and assets. So do not hesitate to visit the store through this link, afrigazone.merchpass.com, and you'll see my product, and all over the world it can be ordered and it'll be delivered to your door effectively. And I'm announcing this to our community to support me and to support AfrigaZone in the journey of moving back to Africa, and also participating in the development, participating in the emancipation of our continent. Thank you very much.